Hello, everyone, and welcome into your daily card pull. This is for Thursday, July 27th. So I'll be doing the single card pull and then some oracle cards for each of the signs. And I hope everyone is doing well. One of the big things that's happening soon here is the Lionsgate portal. So that is on August 8th on 8/8. So the portal has already kind of started to open. It started yesterday on the 26th, and it's going to continue when it peaks on the 8th, and then it'll close on August 12th. So that portal energy, it's really about, kind of manifesting and creativity and kind of that surge of extra energy. So it's a good time to make sure you're practicing gratitude and work on manifesting from a place of abundance. And so we'll see what other messages come through, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in the individual sign reads that'll be coming up later in the week. So for now, let's go ahead and jump in, and we will start with our air signs today and see what messages are coming through from God, Divine, Spirit for you. And so our air signs, that is our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what's coming in. Temperance. So the Temperance card, remember, that's about kind of finding that balance, since this is Ambassador Spock, kind of that very logical, balanced, you're not responding from a place of ego or heightened emotions. And remember, this is also going to be, it's going to be either that's what's in store for you today, is that you'll kind of naturally find that place of balance, or this could be the push from Spirit to say, hey, if something comes up today, if there's a situation that you don't really know how to handle, kind of take that step back, try to take that balanced look at it, see opposing opinions, things like that. All right, next up we have our Gaia card. That's the Sacred Earth Mother, and the jumper was Winter's End. So with those two cards, Sacred Earth Mother is a message of love, and then Winter's End is regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. So that was the jumper card, and here was the regular flip. Let's take a look at our light worker card. So as we look at this, if you have something that's kind of coming to an end, or talking about like regeneration, rebirth, this is about, kind of finding your new direction, and are you looking at it from all sides, with all the energy that's been kind of flooding us lately, with the North Node shifting and really kind of putting us into that frame of mind of, what is my purpose in this lifetime? How do I go after that? How do I feel like I'm accomplishing what I want to accomplish in this lifetime? Between that and then the planets that are in retrograde that are calling on us to turn inwards and do some self-reflection, and especially Chiron, the wounded healer, a lot of that reflection is going to end up leading to a position of, here's what needs to change in my life. Maybe, here's what needs to end. What can I release that no longer serves me? Whether it's specific thought patterns, behaviors, in some cases it might be relationships, whether it's business relationships, friendships, romantic relationships. But some of that, the message of love there is really good, that even though, things might be changing as you're kind of diving deeper into some of your wounding or things that need to be healed, it's a message of love, and then this kind of rebirth and this positive outcome. So all of this self-reflection is really going to have a positive outcome. Your light worker card was transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So I hadn't even seen that when I started talking about that piece with, Chiron being the wounded healer. But these sorts of transformations are really, necessary to kind of move you forward. If you're kind of just staying in place, not to say that you have to always be changing, but if you're kind of staying in place, then are you growing? Are you doing everything you set out to do in this lifetime? All right, and your romance card. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And that might be something, maybe some of your healing that you're doing is related to love or feelings of unworthiness, or working on your different attachment styles, whether it's anxious attachment, things like that. How can you improve the dynamics within your relationship so that you can have that healthy, loving, supportive type of relationship. So that was our air signs. Next, we'll move on to our fire signs. So that's going to be our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and let's see what message is coming through for you. The World. So the World card, that is that completion, kind of mission accomplished, your triumph. It's the last card in the Major Arcana, card number 21. So that's that feeling of, I did it. So something is coming to successful completion, learning a certain lesson, things along that line. So very positive. It's also kind of a, eternal life praise type of, you're in the right direction. All right, let's take a look at your Gaia card. See what's coming up. Lost love, surrender, healing, release. And with that, the World card, in terms of completion, and sometimes this is kind of perfect completion, or like kind of a perfection type of thing, but also with the World being the last card in the Major Arcana, sometimes it's a certain lesson that you've learned and you finished it, you've completed it, and if it's something that ended, it may not be ending on the warm and fuzzy note, but completion of a certain cycle means you've learned that lesson, you're on to the next thing. So if that kind of lost love, that could either be that you've lost them because this cycle has come to completion, or with that, maybe it's something else needed to wrap up, some other behavior or thought process needed to wrap up in order for you to be able to circle back to this lost love. All right, let's see what your light worker card is. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And with this newness, following after the World card, that something else has wrapped up, and maybe from a business standpoint, maybe a certain job wrapped up, and now you're looking at what's next, what new idea, what new project, what should I be doing to move myself forward. And this is a great time to be looking at that with all of this new energy and kind of some of the self-reflective part as well. If you're getting ready to start something new, really thinking about what is it that makes you happy? What is it that you want to do? Your romance card is very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And this is that whole thing, especially with the Lionsgate portal coming up with manifesting, that you have to be very clear and intentional when you're manifesting. And some of it too is also a matter of what are you saying to yourself on a regular basis. So if you have this negative, pessimistic view all day long, if it's, I'm so poor, I'm never going to have enough money. And if you're doing that for 23 hours and 45 minutes every day, and you're only spending 15 minutes trying to manifest more money or abundance, however you want to word it, the messaging that you're sending out to the universe for most of your time is that you don't have enough. So you're trying to manifest, but it's coming from a place of lack. So some of it is a matter of kind of clearly getting that picture in your head and really focusing on that. So with this very soon, if you're putting these together from a romantic relationship standpoint, if you have this lost love, it looks like maybe they're going to be coming back very soon. But some of it too, if it's not a romantic situation that you're thinking about on the very soon side, think about what are you passionate about. But you have to be clear when you're manifesting. What is it that you want? And the clearer you can be about it, the more likely you will have positive outcomes there. So that was for our fire signs. Now let's move on to our earth signs. So that's going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what message is coming through for you for today. Temperance for you as well. So looking at some of those conflicting opinions and having that kind of fair and practical approach. Maybe you're getting new information that can help you see things from another perspective. So make sure that from a kind of peaceful and loving and understanding place, that if there's differing opinions, try to take the Spock approach there of take a step back and see, let's look at it from all different points of view and see if maybe our beliefs need to be updated. All right, Gaia card. Hidden gift, sadness and ending a new beginning. And this is a card I feel like it's come up a number of times in readings recently, but this is kind of a reminder that, even though something might be ending or you might be feeling disappointed about something, there's probably a bigger picture reason for this happening. And, the Temperance card about trying to see things from all perspectives, these two together really kind of paint that picture that something is going to be changing for you soon, whether it's actually today, Thursday, or whether it's, in the very near future. Maybe part of this happens in time with like this Lionsgate portal. But it's that reminder that even if something seems like it's a negative, if you can step back and look at it, what is the lesson that I'm trying to learn? And take yourself out of your own head and look at it, kind of big picture. What is the purpose of me feeling this way or experiencing this? How is it helping me to grow? So if you can do that, that will help you to be able to see this, this hidden gift here, that yes, there was an ending, but that means there's a new beginning that's about to flourish for me. This card is Trust the Niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And that one kind of seems to be going along with this as well, that, you maybe have a feeling already that something's off with a certain situation, a certain dynamic in your life. And so trust that feeling, that if you're feeling weird about it, you probably are for a reason. And that thinking about it from the perspective of, maybe there's a hidden gift in here for me. All right, let's take a look at your romance card. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Which this kind of, I would say the first part of this is more showing that there's changes that are coming up, but maybe part of this new beginning, I would say this playfulness kind of goes with this new beginning. Whether that's a new beginning in a current situation, like, hey, there was this issue, argument, stalemate, whatever, and maybe get past it with more of a playfulness, or it kind of seems like maybe that's a totally new relationship coming in, some new energy coming in for you. Since we do have the sadness and ending, a new beginning. All right, and last but not least, let's take a look at our water signs. So that's going to be our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What all is in store for you? All right, the Magician. So this one is about transforming, lead into gold. How do you transmute some of these heavier energies into more positive light ones? And that's kind of all about with that healing. How do you change the circumstances to be able to give you different results? The whole thing of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So something has to change if you want your circumstances to change. Your Gaia card, the message, positive news, positive outcome. So pushing through on changing some of these behaviors, thoughts, energies is going to give you this positive news, positive outcome. All right, let's take a look at your light worker card. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And that's kind of one of those interesting exercises when you're faced with big decisions or big changes that are on the horizons for you, is if you knew that everything would be fine, that everybody would be happy or taken care of, how would you act? Like, what would you do? What step would you take? And if that answer is different than the actions or the steps that you're taking right now, then it's a matter of, how can you maybe look at things differently now? How can you plan for or change things now so that you can be on that path that really makes you feel fulfilled and like you're going in the right direction? All right, here's our romance card. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Some of the things that happen, especially during some of these retrogrades, when we're talking about with South Node switching into Libra, and that happened about a week ago. And your South Node is all about what is that baggage that you're bringing forward from either past lives or earlier in this incarnation, and what are those blockages or those wounds that are keeping you from moving forward. And so some of this healing family issues, it could either be generational issues that you're experiencing now, or maybe it's stuff from past lives that's kind of bleeding over and you're carrying some of that karma forwards. But in general, when it's saying your love life, that's really your ability to love more unconditionally and really open yourself up in a healthy, positive way, healthy, stable relationships and attachments. And you can really benefit the more healing you're able to do in terms of whatever some of these past issues or wounds have been. That will help you be the best version of yourself now. So that's what that's pushing you towards, and that there is going to be some positive news and some moving in a good direction for you. So if you can use that magician energy to kind of transform some of maybe those family issues, you'll be able to get that positive news and feel supported. So as always, take only what resonates from this. And I hope today's reading has been helpful for you and given you something to think about for the day. I will be posting some more videos here coming up in the next couple of days. So check those out. Make sure to hit the notifications if you want to be able to see those as soon as those drop. And in the meantime, I'll continue to do the daily ones. So I wish you peace and joy along your journey, and we'll see you next time.